even in the day in our days playing, it's one thing when I think back through to those days. I think about that all the time. We joked, and we were joking about Chris Paul, and it's Chris Paul, the Charles Haley for the Phoenix Suns.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. But what do we talk about with Chris Paul? But Chris Paul brings a real accountability to the team. And Charles solidified that accountability for us on defense and in the team, and we won the championship. But that's the one thing I would say that team was. Because, you could you go out there and come 3 out if you want to.
Yeah.
We'll be playing cards and having a drink later.
Yeah.
But you're about to get dressed down right now when you walk by Charles Haley about that,
Oh, yeah.
So it was what it was, man, and we were able to hold accountability to that.
And how much of it was luck? Because you guys in the draft go IRVIN, Aikman, Emmett. IRVIN blows out his knee.
Yeah.
And there were some people, including your new head coach, Jimmy Johnson, that didn't think it was going to work out. You're aware of that, right?
Right. Yeah.
He didn't think it was. He wasn't quite sure it was going to work out.
Let us speak that truth on this. He bit some of the apple that David Schuler shot to him.
Ah, okay.
Let's be real.
Okay.
But obviously, he didn't swallow the core.
No, he didn't.
Because he got rid of David.
Yeah.
And I became the core.
That's true. And you were the core.
You see how I just delivered all of that?
Yeah.
I gave you 2 stories.
Yeah.
Put them together.
Yeah.
You see what I mean?
And it was also
right.
rhythmic.
I gave the core of an apple, and when you solidified me being the core.
I like to think that I might have taught you some of that. I might have taught you some of that. There was what
they call a double entendre in that thing when I dropped the core. When I understand. Okay, I just want you to know. I didn't just tell you about it. I'm showing it to you in the flesh.
Okay, do you agree that this, I say this a lot. Guys think, I'm a self-made man. Right. There's no such thing as a self-made man.
Well, let's back up on one thing first. On this luck.
Mm-hmm.
Don't think another great communicator will always listen that you could just drop that word and saunter on about. The only luck came in that whole situation is that Troy dad, Emmett dad, and my dad lined them up.
Okay.
One year after another.
Okay.
Right? That's it. That's all they say. Woo.
Okay,
those 3 lined them up 1 year after another.
How tall is your dad?
6'1". Dad about 6'1", 6'2".
If your dad was 5'7", you'd be 5'7", and you wouldn't be sitting in this house. I'd be interviewing some other 6'2" guy.
That was wait.
So you were lucky. You're lucky that you had the dad you had.
Yeah, but that's not true. I denounce you saying if I was 5'7" or 5'8", I wouldn't be doing. I would. You would not. I would still. Just wait a minute. If I just figured that out, and I figured this out, I would have figured that out and still succeeded.
You could have, if your dad would have lived in Detroit.
No.
You really don't think that?
What I do believe, and Jerry and I had this conversation one time, and I was intrigued because we were going back and forth with it, and he was like, would you get traded to Cincinnati for Carl Pickens or somebody like that? Or Carl Pickens. I said, I believe I could have done. I could have turned that. That would have been an interesting situation. I believe I could have turned it. Now, you know what I mean? I'm sure they've had other people that believe they could have turned it and didn't get it turned, obviously.
Okay, I
believe I could.
You're a person of faith. But for the grace of God, go I. You believe that?
Oh, okay. God, yes.
So there's all kinds of detours and U-turns and car wrecks and all that.
And you like to call it luck. I call it his ordained plan.
I call it you taking his plan, which was lucky that he gave you, and doing something with it. He could have given it to me.
Chase now.
He could have given it to me, then I'd be married to Sandy. Which would be a pretty good deal for her, if you ask me. Pretty good deal for Sandy.
I can't even see that. I can't see that. I'm like the rat in the maze, and no matter what maze you give me, I'm going to find my way through it. You see what I'm saying? I got to find my way through it. That's it. So I didn't got to have success. Now to be with those guys at that time, man, Emmett and Troy and Ken Norton. There was a number of dudes that we had. We had on that football team at the time. It was all perfect. It was all perfectly planned. The book called R.S. Squire calls God Winks. it denounces that stuff you call luck too, and it says the things that we call luck is really God's perfect plan. I believe He winked us together. I beat Troy early when he was at Oklahoma. Beat Emmett early when he was at Oklahoma. They must have had some kind of toward disdain with me, and something towards me. It wasn't just I beat him, and I said I beat you, and I showed that I beat you. I was all in your face beating you. So therefore, all us to come together and become that close. Yeah.
All right, what's God? Final thing for it. What's God's plan for the 2021 Cowboys, particularly at wide receiver, where if they're healthy, they're loaded.
Right, but if they're healthy on the line,
yeah.
Then we be loaded all other places, and that's the whole kicker. I'm worried about, because everything else is okay. We got something here. If that line can come together, Tyron and those guys, man, get through some of those, get through the injuries, and give us a good portion of the games, I believe we got a shot at something. We have a shot. The defense, it will be better. Everybody, the defense got to be better. It's impossible for them to be worse. It's impossible.
From last year.
Yeah, it's impossible for them to be worse. So yeah, you will be better. I think we got a real good shot this year. Real good shot. With Aaron Rodgers messing around too.
Yeah, that's true.
What you think Aaron Rodgers gonna do?
I think he's a drama queen.
Yeah.
And I think he's griping about an organization that has helped him go to 2 straight NFL, NFC championship games. They all collectively must be doing something right.
Right, but he just it ain't like the precedent has been set. He understands that what they did to Brett, and he's just trying to get ahead of it.
What they did to Brett was so he could get there.
Right.
So now they have Bryce Love, who's the same thing. So how does he not understand what they're doing?
That's why you never leave your wife for another woman.
Is that how it works?
Same thing. Now she knows that you're going to be watching. I'm just telling you, man. So he said, yeah, I know what y'all going to do to me because y'all did it to him with me. So I'm watching you now.
How long have you lived in this house?
You know what I'm saying? We built this house about 05, 17 years.
All right, 17 years you waited to invite me over here. 17 years.
Listen, let's correct that part. You say how long I lived in here. I've come by here. I sleep here.
Yeah.
I visit here.
You're on.
They live here.
That's true, yeah.
I pay for you.
Plus,
you see what I'm saying?
I'm even pushing it to say you invited me here, frankly.
I didn't invite you here. What do you mean?
I invited myself.
I did invite you here, man. I want to see you here, buddy. Good
Thanks
to see
again.
you, man.
Good to see you.